Hey beautiful family, I want to introduce you to another beautiful family out in Tanzania. Now this family, sometimes you think you've seen everything doing what we do, and things like this come along and you realize you just have not. So this family are living in extreme poverty. They are living in a very dilapidated mud hut with a broken roof. But inside this hut there are 4 special needs members of the family. 3 cerebral palsy children and 1 cerebral palsy adult. Now, they have lived in an unbelievable level of poverty for an extremely long time. To the degree, the head of this family, the grandfather of 3 of the special needs children and the father of his special needs son. The son's name is Maximilian, and then there is Calvin, Ibrahim, and Menrad, and Maximilian is the adult. The eldest special needs child, Maximilian, has lived a pretty dreadful life. He spends his whole time crawling around on the dirt. He doesn't have a wheelchair. He hasn't had any physio, any exercise. All his joints are extremely stiff and painful, as happens with cerebral palsy if you don't get correct mobility, etc. And we can't help but know that the other 3 will go in the same direction unless some intervention happens. So the 2 girls who are Maximilian's sisters and the mothers of the 3 cerebral palsy children are not married, and sadly, I don't know if sadly is the right term, but they tell us that the girls were washing the catch of the local fishermen to provide food. Now the family say there's a curse on them and all the male-born children will always be cursed to be disabled or will die, etc. But obviously we can't help but start looking at environmental factors for why this has happened. All different fathers, different parents in the same genetic sphere, all on the same property. Something is not right, so we need to investigate that. The important thing is, at the moment, getting these children the help they need, getting Maximilian the help he needs. The whole family have begged us to assist with getting them beds and mattresses. They don't have proper mattresses, they have folded up sacks with a sheet around them. Most of the persons sleep just on the bare floor with sacks, etc., because they have no bedding. The girls are still doing what they do with the washing the catch of the fishermen, and they want to get out of that. The mother has specifically expressed we'd help them to get out of that. And some of the children require a lot of exercise, and the parents, the mothers, require education too. So what we'll do is we'll probably have a short admittance into Feather's Tail where they can stay and learn a little bit about how to care for their children, and the children can get the correct nourishment and exercise and development plan put in place by our physios and occupational therapists. They will then return home and we will assist in creating an enterprise for the family to support themselves, and somehow fixing up this family home or renting a second family home for the girls to move in with their children, because the living conditions are obviously just horrendous. Key to all of it, as always, is self-sustainability. If we can make them sustainable, we'll sever this cycle that they are in. Everybody's highly uneducated, so no doubt more pregnancies without the provisions to provide for them will come unless there is a direct intervention and a direct promise of a future, which is what an enterprise can do. It can put focus on something more than just the pleasures and the romances of today, and onto a future for the family, which at the moment they all feel pretty hopeless. So this beautiful family needs some help from our beautiful family out there, and there's a link in the description box of this video, and it's a dedicated page to share with this family and change their life around. These children are living in the dirt. They are living on all fours in the mud. They are not getting the care they need. The family are not educated enough to even know where to begin with that. And this intervention will totally alter the course of the lives of these smaller children and improve the quality of life for everybody at this family home. Thanks for taking the time, as always, to hear about this wonderful family, and as I always say, sharing can and does change lives. Let's change theirs. God bless, guys. Bye.
Ona makambo e, ona makambo e, ona makambo e, ngai na makambo e, munu para kile ba juli ba lutua, lutua, lutua munu wek luwe, lutua munu wek luwe. Oh, na makambo e, yes. Ngai na makambo e, yeah. Oh, na makambo e, yeah. Ngai na makambo e, munu para kileba juliba. Songi bandeko e, ngai na makambo e, ona makambo e, munu para kileba juli ba lutua, lutua.